So I first bought this car back in 2019. I had had 48 cars up until this point, but this was my first car in Japan. This gave me the freedom to go anywhere I wanted, anytime I wanted. Because outside of Tokyo, it's really a driving country. There's 80 million registered cars in the country, which is a crazy ratio, seeing that there's only 124 million people here. So with that, I had this car that I could now go anywhere and do anything based off of the incredible capabilities of this vehicle. I took this everywhere from northern Japan all the way to Osaka and Kyoto, down to Universal Studios, Disneyland, into the mountains, down to the coast, into Tokyo countless times. I think I've explored 17 out of 47 prefectures, which is a third of the country. Now, why I'm even doing this video is because I'm not going to re-register the car, and I'll explain. Shaken is a mandatory, compulsory inspection that you must do in order to drive your car. Now, we'll do a video on this in the future, but needless to say, you have to pay for it, and if you don't pay for it, you can't drive your car. And on a car like this, which is already 19 years old, I'm looking at over $1,000 if there's nothing else wrong with the car. If I need a CV axle boot or something like that, I gotta get it repaired while it's floating up on the hoist. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye to this vehicle. And I don't get too sentimental over the vehicles themselves, because I've had probably 50-something vehicles at this point. But I must say that this one has held a special part in my life because it was my first car here. And the fact that, talking about the vehicle now, this is an incredible value. I don't even like Subaru, and I admit that this is an incredible value. You get an EJ20 engine in this car, hood scoop, top mount intercooler, twin scroll turbo, Bilstein suspension, Momo steering wheel, all stock. And it's 1/10 of the cost of an STI. This thing is only 3,000 bucks. So with that, you get a tremendous value and a lot of utility out of this vehicle. It's 4-wheel drive, it's good in the spring, it's good in the summer, it's good in the fall, good in the winter. There's almost not even a challenge. It's also incredibly fast for what it is. And mechanically speaking, it has never missed a beat. I just had to do regular maintenance to it. I did coils, I did plugs, I did timing belt, I did water pump, I did the power steering pump, and once all that was swapped, which was honestly pretty easy the way it's laid out. If you had to do a head gasket or valve cover gaskets, forget it. Forget it, man. Spark plugs took me 3 hours on this thing. That's a 10-minute job. Because of the way it's situated, it's a boxer and it's flat. So either way, this car has really been the solution to almost everything that I've had to go through here on a day-to-day logistical basis. I've had 5 people in this car, including my kids, and I still put a washing machine in the back, and that's not an exaggeration. We actually moved out to an apartment for a little bit while our house was under construction, and I had to put a washing machine in the back. Actually, you can see my house from here. But in the end, I'm gonna miss this car. And I've driven STIs, I've driven SVXs. I will say that I've never liked Subaru, but this car has made me like Subaru. The Legacy GT goes under the radar. We never got that in North America. We got the 2.5 liter vanilla watered down Outback clone, which just had a naturally aspirated engine. We didn't get this thing. And I wish I could send it over to Canada and just kind of keep it with me like I have with a couple other vehicles, but it's not in the cards right now. And I would say there is a massive negative to this car. Out of all the cars I've owned, this is top 3 worst gas mileage I've ever had, outside of my Evo and my RX-8 R3, which was rotary, so that came with the territory. This is a pig on gas. I'm talking $100 fill-up of high-octane 96, and you get maybe 450. My worst was 410, my best was maybe 510 on the highway. It's a pig on gas. Other than that, never missed a beat.